Today, I want to discuss the concepts of cloud computing. Cloud computing, and here the concepts related to the virtual clusters, data centers, and virtual machines. Virtual machines, right? So, this is what your second unit, and this is mainly meant for the virtual machines. What is a virtual machines? What are the different abstractions, abstraction layers of the levels of the virtual machine, virtualization levels, and if you want to virtualize the data center, the cloud aspects. So OS cloud aspects. Okay, right? So this is what given in your syllabus, academic syllabus, and these are the concepts we will discuss. Dear students, VMware vSphere 4 this is nothing but a commercial proprietary OS, and this is meant for the virtual networking. Not only meant for the virtual networking, in addition to that, it provides the data storage. This is mainly meant for the data storage. Okay, right? And rather than the remaining eucalyptus, nimbus, and open nebula, and all the remaining OSs, proprietary OSs have been there. So those mainly concentrates on the virtual networking. And all the remaining three just uses the Xen architecture, whereas this vSphere 4 is here. This is what a product by VMware. This is a product by VMware. So let us go to the detailed architecture of this VMware vSphere 4. VMware vSphere 4 offers many more hardware and software components, and this is mainly here it maintains one center, that is vCenter, the virtualization layer it maintains. On the top of the hardware, it maintains a virtualization layer that is called as a vCenter, VMware vCenter. And here the VMware vSphere 4, this is mainly an ecosystem. This is a hardware and a software ecosystem. This is nothing but a hardware and software ecosystem. VMware vSphere 4 is. Here it maintains mainly the two different layers. One is infrastructure layer and another one is application layer. In the infrastructure layer, it maintains three additional components. VMware vSphere 4 is hardware and software ecosystem. This is developed by VMware, built by VMware in year 2009 April. 2009 April. Dear students, today we will discuss the VMware vSphere 4, which is a proprietary OS, which is nothing but a commercial cloud OS. Okay, right. So how does it work? VMware vSphere 4. This is an extension of VMware products, all VMware products. This is built by VMware in the year 2009 in April. Okay, and this mainly concentrates on all the VMware products, and here the resource management is an additional support that it gives, and in addition to that, it mainly concentrates on the server clusters and server utilization mode, and DSX for server utilization and virtual infrastructure for server clusters. It mainly concentrates on. Okay, so this is nothing but VMware extension. And here this ecosystem, this is nothing but a hardware and software ecosystem. This can communicate with all the user apps. The user apps may be existed user apps or in future user apps. All the user applications, this system can communicate with one layer. That layer is known as vCenter, virtual center. That is an interface layer in between to this ecosystem, in between to this hardware and software, that is VMware vSphere 4 system, and to the user applications. Okay, so here one sort of interface layer it maintains, and in addition to this, it maintains several application services and the infrastructure services internally. These are the main strengthening points of this VMware vSphere 4. VMware vSphere 4 is the first cloud OS which supports availability, scalability, and security in the cloud computing, right? And this VMware vSphere 4 mainly possesses two functional software suites. The first one is infrastructure services and the second one is application services. Infrastructure services possess three different component packages. Those are vCompute, vStorage and vNetwork. And application services supports this scalability, the component software suites related to the scalability and software set of packages which are related to provide the availability and security. So these are the mainly application services and the infrastructure services are the mainly two functional software suites of the VMware vSphere 4. Infrastructure services. Infrastructure services, or you can get these services from the different three component packages. Those are nothing but the vCompute, vStorage, vNetwork. So this vCompute is supported by ESXi and DRS. ESX means Elastic SkyX integrated, and DRS, that is distributed resource scheduler for all the it is also useful for the virtualization of the libraries also. So this is nothing but the vCompute. Restorage is supported by the VMS and thin provisioning, whereas vNetwork is supported by the hot add. vNetwork offers distributed switching and network functioning. These are the main different component packages that the infrastructure services can be added. Let us coming to the second one, that is application services. Application services, you are having just many more application services, but it supports, it consists of the certain packages, component packages, which are very just improving the challenges. The challenges of this VMware vSphere 4 is nothing but the first one is scalability, availability and security. Availability is supported. So this is offered by many, it offers many services. Those are nothing but high availability, vMotion, VMware vSphere 4, the application services. Application services consider the first one, that is availability. Availability is supported by. So how could you get the availability? Availability of the data. So there it must requires for high availability. So recovery must be there, then only the data is available. Whenever it is available, if the data is there, data recovery is more, then there you can provide high availability. So all these are interrelated concepts. So here vMotion supports this availability offers vMotion, and this offers high availability, and this offers the data recovery, fault tolerance and all. Right? So this is what, with the help of this, and this is not at all supported by the existed cloud OS. So VMware vSphere 4 is the first cloud OS which supports availability, security and scalability. Security packages. So the security packages are nothing but, so here it provides the different sort of security packages. You see there, you can just go to the figure, you can observe the security packages, and as well as to provide more extension facilities in the security aspects. It concentrates a little bit more than already existed VMware software products. Okay, and next one is nothing but the scalability. Just here hot adds. It uses the hot add and DRS for scalability. Dear students, today the concept is trust management in virtualized data centers. VMM actually creates an architecture, computer architecture. This VMM, it provides a layer in between the software operating system and the system hardware. This is above to the system hardware. On the top of the system hardware, this VMM resides. So what this VMM does means, simply this VMM creates one or more virtual machines. What is a virtual machine means? This is nothing but an encapsulation. This just protects all the times, it just protects the encapsulation of guest operating system, guest OS and to the related application user apps. Right? So this encapsulation status can be copied just like a normal file, and this can be treated as just like a normal file, can be deleted, copied, and can be just make it as a number of more other virtual machines, and can do such malpractices with this. So that encapsulation status is very dangerous and that is very flexible for the hackers. So a hacker can easily go with the, can cause many harmful attacks for the system. So there this will become nothing but the main challenging aspect to the VMM. So VMM provides here much more security to the system. So for this reason, just as part of this intrusion detection systems, it provides many such techniques to protect the system. Okay, so this VMM, so here it creates many more different virtual missions, VM1, VM2, VM3 like that. So among all the created virtual missions, one will act as VM management. One will act as VM management. That VM management can create, can suspend and can resume and can delete the virtual machine. So this VM management is having all the rights, all the privileges to just on all the mining virtual machines. So as part of the security, this also creates such random VMM. So for hackers, once hackers has entered into this system, then this VMM also cannot sustain. So that is the reason. Of course, many more encryption techniques and many more such random generation numbers will be there. Even though those numbers are also can be just certain hypertexts can be used, and these numbers also can be just hacked by the hackers. So this should be little bit more attentive to provide the security aspects to the system. Okay, right? So this is what nothing but the main purpose, the main need of the VMM, and the challenging of the VMM is the security of the entire system. Dear students, so VM based ideas, how to implement, how to go with the implementation of these VM based ideas means there are many ideas are being there, and few of them are nothing but just I want to explain two ways. One way is, the first way is just to have ideas on all virtual missions, just have ideas on all VMs here, high-end privilege more than VM. That is one way. And another version is just have these ideas on part of one particular VM, and give much more privilege than this VMM is. This is one way. Or another way is integrate these ideas to VMM and give the same privileges as VMM. Give the same privileges as VMM. This is one another way. So how could you implement this thing now? Just there are many more ways happening there. And just the figure you can just observe the few have been just a few members have been proposed this system, that is nothing but on the top of the VMM just one VM is based as an high privilege mode, and on one VM just IDS is implemented. Just you can observe the figure that is proposed by Garfinkel and Rosenbaum. Observe the figure, and in the figure you can observe the VM based ideas, and this is nothing but a proposal of Garfinkel and Rosenbaum. This proposed IDEAS is implemented on VM on one particular VM, and here just gives a hyperplaces than VM. Okay, so here these VM based IDEAS contains two, mainly policy engine, policy module in the policy framework. This policy framework monitors all the other different VMs by OS interface library, operating system, with the help of operating system interface library. This is able to monitor all the unauthorized actions, intrusions just on different VMs, the remaining monitored machines. Okay. Here one another thing you can observe, that is ptrace. Ptrace indicates trace to policy of all monitored hosts. Actually, it's very difficult to predict and prevent all intrusions without any delay. Yes, that is very impractical. That is very not. You cannot do all the intrusions. Whenever the intrusion occur immediately means in the sense it takes some sort of time. So for that reason, so on all intrusions, some analysis must be done. Some log service you must have. So whenever such log service, so when at what time the intrusion was occurred, and what is that kind of intrusion actions, and what is the status of that intrusion action, and what is the final report, and this log info must be maintained. So this IDEAS log service is just hosted on the operating system, and whenever this operating system will crash, and even though this log service should be unaffected. Okay, right? So this is what nothing but the VM based intrusion detection system. Just please go through each and every concept, and just go back and learn the concept clearly, what it is, how it is, in what way. So just interconnected all the concepts. It will be very clear to you. Can understand a little more the cloud concepts. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you.